as the glittering skyline of Manhattan rises majestically above the Hudson River, casting its shimmering reflection upon the water below. It's easy to be captivated by the city's dazzling facade. But behind the gleaming skyscrapers and bustling streets lies a hidden history, steeped in mystery, intrigue, and tragedy. From the sordid tales of gangland violence and that once gripped the streets of the 5 Points, to the haunting echoes of the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory Fire, which claimed the lives of 146 garment workers in a blaze of unfathomable horror. New York City's past is rife with tales of darkness and despair. The General Slocum Disaster was a tragic event etched into history on June 15, 1904. Despite its profound impact, the incident often remains overshadowed by the more widely known catastrophes, such as the aforementioned Triangle Shirtwaist Factory Fire or the Titanic Disaster. One might speculate that the proximity of these latter events, both occurring within a relatively short time frame, diverts public attention from the harrowing tales of the Slocum's demise. The P.S. Slocum, a side-wheel passenger ship constructed in 1891, embarked on that fateful journey with 1,358 souls on board, including crew members. Chartered by the St. Mark's Evangelical Lutheran Church for the modest sum of $350, the majority of passengers hailed from the vibrant German-American communities nestled in the Lower East Side of New York City. Excitement and anticipation permeated the atmosphere as families eagerly awaited a delightful excursion away from the bustling city streets. As the vessel gracefully navigated the waters of the East River, laughter and chatter filled the air, creating an aura of joy and camaraderie amongst the passengers. However, tragedy lurked just beneath the surface of the merriment. In a cruel twist of fate, the day of leisure swiftly transformed into a nightmare of unimaginable proportions. The precise origins of the fire that engulfed the ship remain shrouded in mystery, with conflicting accounts muddling the narrative. Nevertheless, the reality of the inferno's ferocity became painfully evident within a mere half an hour of the Slocum's departure from the dock at approximately 9 a.m. Panic gripped the hearts of the passengers as flames ravaged the vessel, spreading with an alarming speed and ferocity. In the ensuing chaos, survival became a desperate struggle against the element. With most passengers being women and children, the prospect of perishing amidst the raging inferno or succumbing to the unforgiving embrace of the river's depths loomed ominously before them. The attire of the era, though fashionable, proved to be a hindrance, further complicating their chances of escape. For many, the ability to swim was a luxury they could ill afford, rendering them doubly vulnerable in the face of impending doom. Thus, as the General Slocum succumbed to the merciless forces of fire and water, it left in its wake a trail of devastation that reverberated through the German-American community of the Lower East Side. In the aftermath of the tragedy, the grim reality of the General Slocum disaster unfolded with devastating clarity. The relentless tide washed a macabre procession of lifeless bodies ashore in haunting repetition. Out of the 1,358 souls aboard the ill-fated vessel, a mere 321 emerged from the chaos. Their survival a beacon of hope amidst the prevailing despair. For the fortunate few who defied the odds and emerged from the ordeal unscathed, theirs became a story of miraculous survival. Conversely, for those who witnessed the agonizing loss of loved ones, grief cast a long, unyielding shadow, leaving hearts shattered and spirits broken in its wake. In among the feelings of anguish and despair, questions swirled regarding the actions of Captain William Van Schaik, whose decision in the chaos would come under intense scrutiny in the days to follow. Reports surfaced alleging that Van Schaik, motivated by the concerns of insurance ramifications, opted against bringing the blazing vessel to shore, instead directing its course towards the desolate shores of North Brother Island. In his defence, Van Schaik cited the perilous presence of the gas tanks and lumberyards near the intended landing site at 130th Street, highlighting the inherent danger that would have compounded an already dire situation. Testimony that would follow in the days ahead established that there were few safeguards. Life vests were rotten, lifeboats were in the same state, fire drills were non-existent, and the crew were untrained to handle the panic that followed on board the Slocum. Eyewitnesses from the shore could see the boat burning and wondered why the captain did not come to shore. Quickly, Van Schaik and the Knickerbocker Steamboat Company came under the crosshairs of the investigation. Frank A. Burnaby, the president of the company, defended the actions of the captain and the crew. On January the 27th, 1906, justice was meted out to Captain Van Schaik by the jury of the United States Circuit Court. He was found guilty of criminal negligence that he had failed to maintain fire drills required by law. Judge Thomas, the presiding judge, sentenced Van Schaik to 10 years of hard labour